Well, hey, YouTubers. Good morning. It's Rob Moffett. Guys, I've been having fun making these little investment discussion videos. Today I want to talk about someone named Paul Kangas who came up with an idea. I think if a person took his advice when they were young, they could pretty much be guaranteed to be a millionaire by the time they retired. This is Paul Kangas. He was on Nightly Business Report as co-anchor for decades on Channel 2 public TV here in Miami. I think it was nationally broadcast. He was co-anchor with a great woman, Susie Garib. They were wonderful business reporters, and I think they did a very good job compared to the political baloney you get on the regular news. The business news is a little more hard-headed and practical and doesn't lie as much, but they were great. Now, Paul, he was on the show for about 30 years, and he interviewed countless people in the business world, and he knew a lot of things from being around business for so long. And at the end, when he retired, they asked him if he had any advice, a regular person, the great unwashed, the working slobs like us, was there something we could do to be sure, to make a lot of money in the market, or to retire with some money and not be stony broke? And he said, here's a simple way. Almost anybody could retire with a lot of money, but they have to start young. A lot of people, not everybody, but most everybody, at one point in their life, they buy a new car. And a lot of people, after they have the car and it's paid off, they go get another new car. And they repeat the process. Some people even lease their cars. He said, what you want to do is buy the best car you can that's going to last for the longest time, and just drive it until the wheels fall off. Just drive it till it falls apart. But after the car is paid off, start putting that money you were putting into the car payment into an investment, such as the stock market. By the time you retire, if you do that, you're going to be a millionaire. And there's about 17 million new cars and trucks sold in the U.S. every day. I don't think very many of them are bought with the purpose of driving them until the wheels fall off. Most everybody, they buy a car, and a few years later they got another car. Even when they buy a decent used car, pretty soon they're buying another car. So, I think 17 million cars every single year. Now, if you have that money that you were going to be putting into car payments, you might say, well, I don't want to put it in the stock market. I don't trust the stock market. Well, you have a limited amount of choice. Like 10 years ago, this was a big investment. This was called Beanie Babies. You may have remembered them from 10 years ago, where people were putting their life savings in these things. So I can't tell you what's the best investment. Apparently, a few years ago, people thought these things were the best place to put your money. So I can't tell you what the best place is. You're going to have to make up your own mind. But Paul Kangas thought it was the stock market. Now, some people say it should be the art market. The art market has made a lot of people wealthy, or at least kept their portfolio from going down. But that's a pretty tricky market. The art people are kind of crazy. I've known a few of them, and the art world is a little bit weird. So you really gotta, number one, like what you're buying and know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to be hurting. Right now, everybody, including myself, wish they had bought Bitcoin when they were $1, and now they're going up to 30,000 and maybe higher. But a lot of people also just think they're insane. It's like the next tulip mania craze. It's, you pay as your money and you take your choice. But there's so many investments you could do besides the stock market. But I like silver, the junk silver, because it's always going to be worth a quarter. And it's always going to be worth whatever that amount of silver is in there. So, it's no longer a numismatic value because it's old beat up coins, but still, I like junk coins. Some people like silver bullion, gold bullion, but you got to be very careful because a lot of people out there making phony. They don't make too many phony junk coins, but they make a lot of phony gold bars. You got to watch your back. Real estate is great. Sometimes, everybody has to live somewhere, and it's good to invest in the best real estate that you're going to live in. The cheapest house in the best location. But it's over time, a lot of real estate has just kept pace with inflation. And also there's talk about getting rid of the tax deductions for real estate. And also right now there's a lot of people who have rented out homes where with the COVID going on with the flu, they can't kick people out because they haven't paid their rent. So meantime, the owners are paying off the mortgage to the bank, but the bank is wanting their stuff every month. There's no debt relief for the landlord. So also as time goes by, different states are running out of money because of the problems they're having with the retirement funds for their state and county and city employees. So they're running out of money, so they're looking for everywhere they can. And they're going to come for the people who own houses, because you can't just put them in your back pocket and take off. You're stuck, and it's hard to unload them right away. So I see the government coming after people that have real estate. It's going to change dramatically, I think. Real estate, you got to live somewhere, but as far as having like a string of homes and watching them go up in price, I don't know if I want to go down that road. So, yeah, if you buy a car and run it till the wheels run off, this is a 71 Corolla. I wouldn't mind driving it right now. And the darn thing is 50 years old, it's still putting around. This is an 84 Corolla. It was a Corolla? Yeah, it's a Corolla. Or no, is it a Camry? It might be a Camry, I'm not sure. And, yeah, it's pretty ugly, but it's still running around. The thing about Toyota, this isn't the one I have. I have a 94 Corolla, same as this one. And still drivable every day. Now, you may not want to buy an old one like I'm driving now, but if you buy a 15-year-old Camry, 2005, you can buy these for a few $1,000s. So if you can't afford a new car and put the payments every month into an investment, this is what you could do. You could get a 15-year-old Camry or a Corolla. Get you a little Matrix. A Matrix is the same thing as a Corolla if you need a little hatchback. Or get you an SUV, 2005 RAV4. Now, it's going to be more than a couple $1,000s, but not too much more. And you can have something. These things were built like a tank. And you take good care of them, they're going to last you for 30 years. So it's something to think about. If you're looking for a car to drive till the wheels fall off. Now, you might be saying, well, how come I didn't become a millionaire? Because Paul retired in 2009. I didn't find out about this idea. I probably, would have thought about it if I had thought hard enough. But the thing of it is, while I didn't put my monthly payment into an investment, I did buy something, and I just kept taking care of it until it would fall apart. And I over my life, I've always driven cars for a long time and bought usually used ones, Toyotas or Volkswagen. Now, if you put your money in the market, what's going to happen? Well, eventually it's going to go down. To 29 crash, the crashes in the 60s, the crash in the 70s, crash in 87, the 2000 dot-com crash, the 2008. So here we're back up here. It's eventually going to come back down. So, you worry about putting your money in the stock market. Right now, everything's changing. With the GameStop situation that's going on where they're rigging the system, and, it's just, there's so much debt out there, trillions of dollars, where they've just made it out of thin air. Right now in the recorded history, we've never had negative interest rates. Now we do. In some place, it's unheard of. In recorded history, going back thousands of years, no one's ever seen a situation where we had negative interest rates, where you had to pay a bank to hold your money. That's what we got right now some places. So we have weird stuff going on now. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but Paul said you put your money that you would be making for a car payment and put into an investment. He was talking about stocks. You can pick whatever you want, but the thing of it is, if you do it early enough, Like here's a chart that shows, I think at 6 or 7% interest, a 25-year-old, if they put $2,000 a month in for 10 years, they would invest $240,000. By the time they retire at 65, they have $2.7 million. If you waited 10 years and put in $3,000 a month instead of $2,000, you would have to spend $360,000 instead of $240, and you'd only have $2 million and 65. But if you waited till you're 45, you'd have to put in $5,000 a month for 10 years or $600,000, and you'd only have $1.6 million. So the earlier you start your investing and saving, the better. And you got to invest it. You got to invest it, because if you don't, you're going to piss it away. You're going to piss it away. Sooner or later, you're going to find something to spend it on, or somebody's going to get it. So that was Paul's advice. Buy a car, the best one you can, and run it until the wheels fall off. And those car payments every month, put into an investment. By the time you retire, you're going to be having a lot of money. So that was my investment talk this morning. I don't know how many more I'm going to be doing of these, the way the economy and everything's going. I don't know what's going to happen. I think we're in for some weird times the next 2 years. But I thought I'd mention it because I don't know if anybody remember watching Paul and talking about what people should do, and I thought I'd just bring it up again. Guys, this is my channel. Put on new stuff every single week for the last 13 years because I'm addicted. I cannot help myself. I got over 900 videos, a bunch of playlists on different things. And if you look down at the bottom of my channel, I have a bunch of cool people I feature on my channel. No relation to me, they would deny it anyway. And a bunch of different cool playlists. And like I said, new stuff every single week. Hope this was something helpful to you. Hope you think about buying a car. And I don't want to sound like Scotty Kilner, but yeah, you ought to go with a Toyota. Get your Camry, get you a Matrix or a Corolla, and just take care of them and drive them till the wheels fall off, and make your payments and some kind of investment. Make sure you have food in the house, and you got all your repairs, your preparations, and everything. And but for investments, yeah, you want to start investing. Otherwise, this is what's going to happen. All right, guys. Hope this was something helpful to you. And like I said, put stuff on new every week. Take care. And keep your pecker up, like they say in England. All right, guys. Take care. See you out there.